geldings, fairies, kings, and other things. Our home we wish you'll be a part, this ridge center of performing art. Yet safety is our first concern, and so we plead that you should learn the exits to your side and rear should any trouble might appear. And, if we may, one more request. To make this show our very best, call all to look on their device. A set to silence should suffice. Now we go beyond the bed, into a place within your head, where things may be all that they seem, or perhaps just a midsummer night's dream.
Now, fair Polita, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bring in a new moon, but methinks how slow this old moon wanes, like to a stepdame or a dowager, long withering out a young man's revenue.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night, 4 nights will quickly dream away the time. And then the moon, like to a silver bow new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Go, Philostrate, stir up the Athenian youth to merriment, awaken the pert and nimble spirit of mirth, turn melancholy forth to funerals. The pale companion is not for our pomp. Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, and won thy love doing the injuries. But I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with reveling.
Happy be Theseus, a renowned duke.
Thanks, good Aegeus. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius, and my noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander, and my gracious duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child's heart. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlight at her window sung feigning voice verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy, with rings of thy hair, bracelets, gauds, conceits, knacks, trifles, nosegays, sweetmeats, messengers, of strong prevailment in unhardened youth. With cunning hast thou filched my daughter's heart, turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And my gracious duke, be it so she does not hear before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius, I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall either be to this gentleman or to her death, according to our law immediately provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid, to your father should be as a god, when that composed your beauties, yeah? And one to whom you are but as a form in wax, by him imprinted, and within his power to leave that figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in this kind, wanting your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my father looked, but with my eyes.
Rather, your eyes must with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts, but I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall on me in this case, if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires, know of your youth, examine well your blood, whether if you yield not to your father's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun. For I, in shady cloister mewed, to live a barren sister all your life, chanting faint hymns to the cold, fruitless moon? Thrice blessed they that master so their blood, to undergo such maiden pilgrimage, but earthlier happy is the rose distilled, that which on a withering thorn grows, lives, and dies in a single blessedness.
So will I grow, so live, so die. My lord, ere will I yield my virgin patent unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and by the next moon, a sealing day betwixt my love and me in everlasting fellowship, prepare either to die for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius as he would, or on Diana's altar to protest I austerity in single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia. And Lysander, yield thy crazed claim to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him?
Scornful Lysander, true he hath my love. And what is mine, my love shall render him. And she is mine. And all my right of her I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his, my fortunes every way as fairly ranked, if not with vantage as Demetrius's. And which is more than all these boasts can be, I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why should I not then prosecute my right? Demetrius, I'll avouch it to his head, made love to Nadar's daughter Helena, and won her soul. And she, sweet lady, dotes, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess that I have heard as much, and with Demetrius, thought to have spoke thereof. But, being overfull of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But Demetrius, come, and Aegeus, you shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both. For you, fair Hermia, look you arm yourself to fit your fancies to your father's will, or else the law of Athens yields you up, which by no means we may extenuate, to death or to vow of single life. Come, Hippolyta. What cheer, my love? Demetrius and Aegeus, go along. I must employ you in some business against our nuptial, and confer with you on something nearly that concerns yourselves.
With duty and desire we follow you.
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chance the roses ere do fade so fast?
Be like for want of rain, which I could well beteem them from the tempest of my eyes.
Ay me, for aught that I could ever read, could ever tell by tale or history. The course of true love never did run smooth, but either it was different in blood,
Oh, cross too high to be enthralled to low.
or else misgraft and respect of years,
Oh, spite too old to be engaged to young.
or stood upon the choice of friends,
Oh, hell to choose love by another's eyes.
or fairer sympathy in choice, war, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream, brief as the lightning in the collie night, that in a spleen unfolds both heaven and earth, and ere a man hath power to say, behold, the jaws of darkness do devour it up. So quick, the bright things come to confusion.
If then true lovers ever been crossed, it stands as an edict in destiny. Then let us teach our trial patience, because it is a customary cross, as due to love, as thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, poor fancy's followers.
A good persuasion. Therefore, hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house a remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee. And to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, then steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood, a league without the town, where I did meet thee once with Helena, to do observance to a morn of May. There will I stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee, by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus's doves, by that which knitteth souls and prospers loves, by the fire that burned the Carthage queen when the false Trojan undersail was seen, by all the vows men ever broke, a number more than woman ever spoke. In that same place thou hast appointed me. Tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Look, here comes Helena.
Godspeed, fair Helena, whither way?
Call you me fair. That fair again, unsay. Demetrius loves your fair. Oh, happy fair. Your eyes are lodestars, your tongue sweet air, more tunable than lark to shepherd's ear when wheat is green, when hawthorn buds appear. Sickness is catching, oh, we're favor so. Yours would I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My ears should catch your voice, my eye your eye. My tongue should catch your tongue, sweet melody. Were the world mine, Demetrius being baited, the rest I'd give to be to you translated. Oh, teach me how you look and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius's heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns would teach my smile such skill.
I give him curses, but he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty. Would that fault were mine.
Take comfort. He no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens as a paradise to me. Oh, then what graces in my love do dwell. He hath turned to heaven into a hell.
Helen, to you our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night, when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearl the blades of grass, a time when lovers' flight doth still conceal, to Athens' gate have we devised to steal.
And in the wood where often you and I upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, there my Lysander and myself shall meet, and thence from Athens turn away our eyes, seeking new friends and stranger companies. Oh, farewell, sweet playfellow, pray thou for us. Oh, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander, we must starve our sight from lovers' food till morrow deep midnight.
I will, my Hermia. Helen, adieu, and you on him, Demetrius dote on you.
How happy some or other some can be. Through Athens, I am thought as fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know all but what he do know. And as he errs doting on Hermia's eyes, so I admiring of his qualities. Things base and vile holding no quantity, love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eye, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Nor hath love's mind any judgment taste, wings and no eyes figure unheedy haste. And therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is so oft beguiled, as waggish boys in games themselves forswear, so the boy love is perjured everywhere. For here Demetrius looked on Hermia's eye, and he hailed down oath that he was only mine. And when this hailsome heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight, and then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense, but herein mean I to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
You would do best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Here is the scroll of every man's name, which is thought fit through all Athens to play in our interlude before the Duke and the Duchess on his wedding day at night.
First, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on, then read the names of the actors, and so grow to a point.
Mary, our play, is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
A very good piece of work, I assure you. And Mary, now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom, the weaver.
Ready. Name what part, Pyramus, I am for, and proceed.
Nick Bottom, you are set down for Pyramus.
Oh, what is Pyramus? A lover or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself. Most gallant for love.
Oh, that will ask some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure. To the rest, yet, my chief humor is to a tyrant. I could play Heracles rarely, or a part to tear a cat in to make all split. The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebus' car shall shine from far and make and mar the foolish fates. Thank you. This was lofty. Now, good Peter Quince, name the rest of the actors. This is Heracles' vein, a tyrant's vein. A lover is more condoling.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Here, Peter Quince.
A flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
Ooh, what is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
It is the lady Pyramus must love.
Nay, Faith, let me not play a woman. I have a beard coming.
That's all one. You shall play it in a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
I may hide my face, too. Let me play Thisbe, too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisbe, Thisne, Pyramis, lover dear, thy Thisbe dear, and thy lady dear.
No. You must play Pyramis and flute. You, Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling, the tailor.
Here, Peter Quince.
Robin Starveling, you must play Thisbe's mother.
Why?
Tom Snout, the tinker.
Here, Peter Quince.
You, Thisbe's father. Myself, Pyramis's father. Snug, the joiner. You, the lion's part. And I hope here's a play well fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you, if it be, give it me, for I am slow of study.
You may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Let me play the lion too. I will roar that I will make any man's heart good to hear me. I'm sorry, excuse me. I'm sorry, it's the allergies. Roar! I will roar that I will make the Duke say, let him roar again. Let
And you should do it.
him
And you should do it too.
roar
And you should do it too.
again.
You should do it too terribly. You would frighten the Duchess and the ladies that they would shriek. And that were enough to hang us all.
That
would certainly hang us,
every mother's son.
I grant you, friends, that if you should fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice so that I will roar you more gently than any sucking dove. I will roar you, and 'twere any nightingale. Roar!
You can play no part but Pyramus! Oh, man. For Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a proper man. One may see in a summer's day the most gentleman-like man. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. Now, what beard were I best to play it in?
Why, what you will.
I will discharge it in either your straw-colored beard, or your orange tawny beard, or your purple ingrain beard, or your French crown-colored beard, your perfect yellow. Yes.
Some of your French crowns have no hair at all. Then you will play it barefaced. But masters, here are your parts. I am to entreat you, request you, and desire you to con them by tomorrow night and meet me in the palace wood by moonlight. There we shall rehearse, for if we meet in the city, we will be dogged with company and our devices known. In the meantime, I shall draw up a bill of properties as our play wants. Oh, I pray you, fail me not.
We will meet there, and we may rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains. Be perfect. Adieu.
At the Duke's Oak we meet.
Enough. Hold or cut bowstrings. Get a move on. Out of my way.
Spirit, whither wander you?
here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight. For Oberon is passing, fell and wrath, because she at her attendant hath a lovely boy, stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling, and jealous Oberon would have the child, knight of his train to trace the forest wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or starlight-spangled sheen. But they do swear that all their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there. Wonder of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile when I, a fat and bean-fed horse, beguile, neighing in the likeness of a filly foal. Oh, and sometimes lurk I in a gossip's bowl in the very likeness of a roasted crab. And when she sips against her lips, I bob, and in that with a dewlap pour the ale. The wisest aunt, telling the saddest tale. Sometimes for a 3-foot stool mistaketh me. Then slip I from a bum and down topples she, and the tailor cries and falls into a cough, and the whole choir hold their hips and laugh. And waxen in their mirth and knees and swear a merrier hour was never wasted there. But room, fairies, here comes Oberon.
By moonlight, proud Titania.
What, jealous Oberon? Fairies, skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton. Am I not thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of Corin sat all day, playing on pipes of corn, and versing love to amorous Phillida. Why art thou here? Come from the farthest steppe of India? But that, forsooth, your bouncing Amazon, your buskin mistress, and your warrior love, to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity.
How canst thou thus for shame, Titania? Glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus. Didst thou not lead him through the glimmering nights of Pergenia, whom he ravished, and make him with fair Agles break his faith with Aridan and Antiopa?
These are the forgeries of jealousy. And never since middle summer spring met we on hill or dale, forest or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brook, or in the beached margins of the sea to dance our ringlets to the whistling winds. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport, and therefore the winds, piping to us in vain as in revenge, have sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which falling in the land hath every pelting river made so proud that they have overborne their continent. The ox had therefore stretched his yoke in vain. The plowman lost his sweat, and the green corn hath rotted ere the youth attained a beard. The fold stands empty in the drowned fields, and crows are fatted with the murrian flock. The 9 men's moors is filled up with mud, and the quaint mazes in the wanton green for lack of tread are undistinguishable. The human mortals want their winter here, No night is now with him or Carol blessed. And therefore the moon, the governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air that rheumatic diseases do abound. And through this dissemburature we see the seasons alter. Hoary-headed frosts far in the fresh lap of the crimson rose, and on old times thin and icy crown and odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds is as in mockery set. The spring, the summer, the childing autumn, angry winter change their wonted liveries, and the mazed world by their increase now knows not which is which. And this same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents in original.
Do you mend it then? Lies in you. Why should Titania cross her overall? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairy land buys not the child of me. His mother was a vortress of my order, and in the spiced Indian air by night, full often had she gossiped by my side and sat with me, on Neptune's yellow sands, marking the embarked traders of the floods, when we have laughed to see the sails conceive and grow big-bellied with the wanton wind, which she with pretty and with swimming gait following, her womb then rich with my young squire, would imitate and sail upon the land to fetch me trifles and return again as from a voyage rich with merchandise. But she, being mortal of that boy, did die, and for her sake do I rear up her boy. And for her sake, I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance in our round and see our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me that boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies, away. We shall chide downright if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove fly torment thee for this injury. Ah, my gentle Puck, come hither. Thou rememberest since once I sat upon a promontory, and heard a mermaid and dolphin's back, uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath, that the rude sea grew civil at her song, and that certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music.
I remember.
At that very time I saw, but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid all armed. A certain aim he took at a fair wastrel throned by the west, and loosed his left shaft smartly as should pierce 100,000 hearts. But I might see on Cupid's fiery shaft, quenched in the chaste beams of the watery moon, and its impure votress passed it on in maiden mediation, fancy-free. Yet marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower, milk white before, not purple in love's wood. Maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me this flower, the herb I showed thee once. The juice of it, on sleeping eyelids laid, shall make or man or woman, doubly, on the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me this flower and be thou here again, ere Leviathan can swim a league.
Oh, I'll put a girdle around the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania sleep some time of night, and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing she waking looks upon, be it on lion, on wolf, on bull or bear, on meddling monkey or busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm from off her sight, as I can do with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I am invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
Where is Lysandra and fair Hermia? The one I'll slay, and the other me. Thou toldest me they were stolen onto this wood, and here I am, woed within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone, and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted, adamant, But yet you draw not iron, for my heart is as true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not in plainest truth tell you I do not nor cannot love you?
And even for that, do I love you the more that I am your spaniel? And Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me, but as your spaniel. Strike me, spurn me, neglect me, lose me, only give me leave unworthy as I am to follow you. What worse place can I beg in your love? And yet a place of high respect with me than to be used as you use your dog.
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much. To leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not. To trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege, for that it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore I think I am not in the night, nor doth this wood lack worlds of company for you in my respect or all the world. Then how can it be said I am alone when all the world is here to look on me?
Then I'll run from thee and hide me in the brakes, and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wildest hath not such a heart as you. Run when you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies, and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin, the mild hen makes speed to catch the tiger. Bootless speed when cowardice pursues, and valor flies. Oh.
I will not say thee questions, let me go. Or if thou dost intend, I shall deal thee mischief in the wood.
In the temple, the town, the field, you do me mischief. Why, Demetrius, your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. I'll follow thee, and make a heaven of hell, to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall pursue thy love. Welcome, wanderer. Hast thou the flower there? I pray thee, give it me.
Oh, there it is.
Here, take thou some of it, and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he espies shall be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Effect it with some care, that he prove more fond on her than she upon her love.
Fear not, my lord, your loyal servant shall do so.
I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where the ox lips and the nodding violet grows, over canopied with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses and a galantine. There lies Titania some time of night, lulled within these flowers with dance and delight. With the juice of this I'll streak her eyes, and make her full of hateful fantasies.
Come, now a roundel and a fairy song. Then for the third part of emitted hence, some to kill cankers in the musk rose buds, some war with rear mice for their leathern wings to make my small elves' coats, and some keep back the clamorous owl that nightly hoots and wonders at our queen spirits. Sing me now asleep. Then to your offices and let me rest.
It snakes with double tongue. Thorny hedgehogs be not seen. Newts and lindworms do no wrong. Come not near our fairy queen. Little melody, singing our sweet lullaby. Never harm nor spell nor charm. Come our lovely lady nigh.
What thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love's sake. Love and languish for his sake, be it on ounce, on cat, on boar with bristled hair. If it in thy eye shall appear, when thou wakest, it shall be thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood, and to speak troth, I forgot our way.
Forgot our way?
Well, rest us if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander, find you out of bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both, one heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one troth.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off, yet do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sense, sweet of my innocence. Love takes meaning in love's conference. I mean that my heart unto yours is knit. So then one heart we can make of it. Two bosoms interchange with a single oath. So then two bosoms in a single troth. Then by your side, no bedroom me deny, for lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now, much be true my manners and my pride, if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But, gentle friend, for love and courtesy lie further off. In human modesty, such separation may as well be said becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So, far be distant, sweet friend, thy love ne'er alter till thy sweet life end.
Amen. Amen to that sweet prayer, say I, and then end life when I end loyalty. Here is my bed. Sleep gives thee all his rest.
With half that wish, the wisher's eyes be pressed.
Through the forest I have gone, but Athenian found I none. On whose eyes might I approve this flower's force in stirring love? Night and silence. Oh,
Who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. Oh, this is he, my master said, despised Athenian maid. Oh, and here the maiden, sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, she durst not lie next to this lack love, this kill courtesy. Churl, upon your eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid sleep his seat on thy eyelid. Now awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Pull me, sweet Demetrius! Oh, wilt thou, darkling, leave me? Do not so!
Stay on this turtle. I alone must go.
Oh, I'm out of breath in this fun chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia, wheresoever she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears. If so, my eyes would be oftener washed than hers. No, I am as ugly as a bear. For beasts that meet me run away for fear. Therefore, no marvel, though Demetrius do as a monster fly my presence thus. What wicked and dissembling glass of mine made me compare with Hermia's sphery eye? Oh, but who is here? Lysander, on the ground, a dead or asleep. I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake.
And run through fire I would do for thy sweet love's sake. Transparent Helena, nature shows art. Through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word, and that vile name to perish on my sword.
Say so, Lysander, say not so. What though he love your Hermia? Lord, what though? Yet she still loves you. Then be content.
Content with Hermia? No. I do repent the tedious minutes with her I've spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love, who would not change a raven for a dove. The will of man is by his reason swayed, and reason says that you are the worthier maid. Things growing are not ripe till their season, so I, being young till now, ripe not to reason, and touching now the point of human skill, reason becomes the marshal to my will, and leads me to your eyes, where I o'erlook love's stories, written in love's richest book.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve this scorn? Is it not enough? Is it not enough, young man, that I did never know nor never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius's eye, but you must flout my insufficiency? Good troth, you do me wrong, good sooth, you do, in such a disdainful manner me to woo. Perforce I must confess, I thought you lord of more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one man refused should of another be abused.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayest thou come Lysander near. For as a surfeit of the sweetest things the deepest loathing to the stomach brings, or as tie heresies that men do leave are hated most by those they did deceive, so thou, my surfeit, and my heresy of all be hated, but the most of me. And all my powers address your love and might to honor Helen and to be her knight.
Help me, Lysander! Help me! Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast!
Me, for pity, what a dream was here. Lysander, look how I do quake with fear. Methought a serpent ate my heart away, and you sat there smiling at his cruel. Pray, Lysander? What? Removed? Lysander! Lord, what out you of hearing? Gone, no sound, no word. Alack, where are you? Speak, and if you hear, speak of all loves. I swoon almost with fear. No? Then I well perceive that you are not nigh. Either death or you I'll find immediately. Lysander! Lysander! Oh! Lysander! 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 Oh, Lysander! Lysander!
Are we all met?
Pat, here is our Marvell's convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage, this hawthorn brake our tiring house, and we shall do it in action as we do it before the Duke.
Peter Quains.
What sayest thou, Bully Bottom?
There are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw his sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
By Larkin, a parlous fear.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say that we will do no harm with our swords, that Pyramus is not killed indeed, and for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but am Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of fear.
Well, we will have such a prologue, and it shall be written in 8 and 6.
No, make it more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be feared of the lion?
I fear it, I promise you.
Gentles, you ought to consider with yourselves to bring in God shield us. A lion in among ladies is the most dreadful thing, for there is no more fearful wild fowl than your lion living, and we ought to look to it.
Therefore another prologue must tell he is not a lion.
Nay, half his face must be seen through the lion's neck, and he must speak, saying thus, or to the same defect, ladies, or fair ladies, I would wish you on... I would request you, I would entreat you not to fear, not to tremble, my life for yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, it were a great pity on my life. No, I am no such thing. I am a man.
I am a man.
As other men are.
Yeah.
And then let him go forth and state his name and tell them plainly that he is Snug, the joiner.
Well, it shall be so, but there's 2 hard things we must consider. That is to bring moonlight into the chamber, for, Pyramus and Thisbe meet by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine the night we play our play?
A calendar, find out moonshine, Out of my way.
Where's the...
Ha!
Right there, it's right there.
No!
Yes, it doth shine that night.
Then we may leave a casement of the great chamber window where we play open, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
Aye, or else one must come in with a lantern and a bush of thorns, and says he comes to disfigure or to present person of moonshine. Then there is another thing. We must have a great wall in the chamber, for, Pyramus and Thisbe, says the story, did speak through the chink of a wall.
You can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall. and let him have some plaster or some loam or some rough cast about him to signify wall.
Wall?
And let him hold his fingers thus, and through that cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
If that may be, then all is well. But come, sit down, every mother's son, and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. Once you have spoken your speech, enter into that break. And so everyone according to his cue.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here? And so near the cradle of the fairy queen. What? A play towards? Oh! I'll be an auditor. An actor too, perhaps, if I see fit.
Speak, Pyramus. Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, the flowers of thy dear savor sweet.
Odors.
Odor, savor sweet. And so hath thy breath my... Oh my gosh.
Thisbe?
My dearest Thisbe, dear. But hark, a voice. Stay but here a while, and I will to thee appear.
A stranger Pyramus than e'er played here.
Must I speak now?
Aye, Mary, must you, for you must understand that he goes but to see a noise that he's heard, and is to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue, of color like the red rose on triumphant briar, most brisky juvenile, and eke most lovely Jew, as truest horse that yet would never tire. I will meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb.
At Ninny's tomb? Why, you must not speak that yet, that you answer to Pyramus. You speak all of your parts at once, cues and all. Pyramus, enter. Your cue is past. It is never tire.
As truest horse that yet would never tire.
If I were fair, Thisbe, I were only thine. To make me afeard.
Oh, bottom, thou art changed. What do I see on the...
What do you see? You see an ass head of your own, do you?
No.
Bottom, bless thee! Thou art translated!
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me. To fright me if they could, but I will not stir from this place. Do what they will, I will walk up and down here, and I will sing so that they will know I am not afraid. The ousel cock, so black of hue, with orange tawny bill, the throstle with his note so true, the wren with little quill.
What angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
The finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plain song cuckoo gray, whose note full many a man doth mark. and dares not answer nay or eh. For indeed, who would set his wit to so foolish a bird? Who would give a bird a lie, though he cry, cuckoo, never so?
I pray thee, gentle mortals, sing again. Mine ear is much enamored of thy note. So is mine eye enthralled of thy shape. And thy fair virtues force purports doth move me, on the first view to say, to swear, I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that. And yet, reason and laws keep so little company together nowadays. The more the pity that some honest neighbors will not make them friends. Nay, I can gleek upon occasion.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so, neither. But if I had wit enough to get out of this wood, I'd have enough to serve mine own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire go. Thou shalt remain here, whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore, go with me. I'll give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing while thou on pressed flowers doth sleep. And I will purge thy mortal grossness, so that thou shalt like an airy spirit go. Peace blossom, cobweb, moth, and mustard seed.
Ready? And I. Where shall we go?
Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and dewberries, with purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries. The honeybacks steal from humble bees, and for night's tapers crop their waxen thighs, and light them at the fiery glowworm's eyes. Not to him elves, do him courtesies.
I cry your worship's mercy heartily. I beseech your worship's name.
Cobweb?
Oh, good Master Cobweb, I shall desire you of more acquaintance. If I cut my finger, I shall make bold with you. Your name, honest gentleman.
Peace blossom.
Pray you, commend me to Mistress Squash, your mother, and to Master Peace, your father. I shall desire you of more acquaintance, good Master Peace Blossom. Your name, I beseech you, sir.
Mustard seed.
Good Master Mustard Seed, I know your patience well. That same cowardly giant like ox beef hath devoured many a gentleman in your house. I promise you, your kid hath made my eyes water ere now. I shall desire you of more acquaintance, good Master Mustard Seed.
Come, wait upon him. Lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye, and when she weeps every little flower lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my love's tongue and bring him silently.
I wonder if Titania be awaked. Then what it was next that came in her eye that she must dote on in extremity. Here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What night rule now about this haunted grove?
My mistress with a monster is in love. Near her close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dull sleeping hour, a crew of patches, rude mechanicals, who work for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus's nuptial day. The shallowest thick-skin of this barren sort, who Pyramus presented in their sport, forsook his scene and entered a brake when I did him at this advantage take. An ass's no, I fix it on his head. No, and his thisbe must be answered. And forth my mimic comes, when they him spy like wild geese that the creeping fowler eye, or russet-padded choughs, many in sort, rising and cawing at the gun's report, sever themselves and madly sweep the sky. So at his sight away his fellows fly. And at our stamp, here o'er and o'er when falls he murder cries and help from Athens calls. Their sense thus weak, lost with their fears thus strong, made senseless things begin to do them wrong. For briars and thorns at their apparel did snatch, some sleeves, some hats from yielders, all things catch. I led them on in this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated there. When in that moment, so it came to pass, Titania waked, and straightway loved an ass.
Oh, this falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet latched the Athenian's eyes, and did bid thee do?
Oh, I took him sleeping, that is done too, and the Athenian woman by his side, so that when she wakes, she of force must be eyed.
Stand aside. This is the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Oh, why you rebuke you him that loves you so, lay breath so bitter on your most bitter foe?
Now I but chide, but I should use thee worse, for thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, being o'ershoes in blood, plunge in deep and kill me too. The sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. Would he have stolen from sleeping Hermia? I'll believe as soon as this whole earth may be bored, and that the moon may through the center creep and so displease her brother's noontides with antipodes. It cannot be, but thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look, so dead, so grim.
So should the murdered look, and so should I, pierced through the heart with your stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, look as bright, as clear as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he, good Demetrius? Wilt thou give him me?
I had rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Out, dog, out! Cur, thou hast driven me past the bounds of maiden's patience. Hast thou slain him then? Henceforth and never be numbered among men. Once tell true, for my sake durst thou looked upon him being awake, and hast thou killed him sleeping? Oh, brave touch! Could not a worm, an adder, do so much? An adder did it, with doubler tongue than thine. Thou serpent, never adder stung!
You spent your passion on a misprized mood. I'm not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead, for aught I could tell.
I pray thee then, tell me that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get there for?
A privilege, never to see me more. From thy hated presence part I so, see me no more, whether he be dead or no.
There's no following her in this fierce vein. Here, therefore, for a while I shall remain. So sorrow's heaviness doth heavier grow, for depth that a bankruptcy doth sorrow owe, which now in some slight measure it'll make pay, if for his tender here I make some stay.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite and laid the love juice on some true love's sight. Of thy misprison must perforce ensue. Not a true love turned, not a false turned true.
Then fate or rules that one man holding troth, 1,000,000 fail, confounding oath on oath on.
About the wood go swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens look thou find. All fancy sick she is, and pale of cheer, with sighs of love that cost the fresh blood dear. By some illusion look thou bring her here, I'll charm his eyes against she do appear.
I go I go, look how I go! Swifter than arrow from Tartar's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sink an apple of his eye. When his love he doth espy, let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her for remedy.
Oh, captain of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand. Oh, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageancy? Lord, what fools these mortals be.
Stand aside. The noise they make will cause Demetrius to wake.
Oh, then will two at once woo one, and must needs be sport alone. And those things do best please me, that befall preposterously.
Why should you think that I should woo and scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow, I weep, and vows so born in their nativity all truth appears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more. When truth kills truth, oh devilish holy fray, these vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er? Weigh oath and oath, and you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me, put in two scales, will even weigh, and both as light as tails.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind, now you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Oh, Helen, goddess, nymph, perfect, divine, to what shall I compare thine eyne? Crystal is muddy, oh, how ripe in show, and thy lips, those kissing cherries do tempting grow. That pure congealed white high Tarsus snow, fanned with the eastern winds, turns to a crow. And when thou holdest up thy hand, oh, let me kiss this princess of pure white, this seal of bliss.
No spite. Oh, hell. I see you are all bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do, but you must join in souls to mock me too? If you were men, as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so to vow and swear and superpraise my parts, but I know you hate me with your hearts. You both are rivals, and love Hermia. And now, both rivals to mock Helena. A trim exploit, a manly enterprise, to conjure up tears in a poor maid's eyes with your derision. None of noble sort would so offend a virgin and extort a poor soul's patience ought to make you sport.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Be not so. For you love Hermia, this you know, I know, and hear. With all goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermia's love I yield you up my part. And yours of Helena to me bequeath, whom I do love, and will do till my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia, I will none. If e'er I did love her, all thy love is gone. My heart but is guestwise sojourned, and now to Helen is at home returned. There to remain!
Helen, it is not so!
Disparage not the fate thou dost not know, lest to thy peril thou shalt abide it, dear! Look, where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Dark night, from the eye his function takes, the ear more quick to apprehension makes, wherein it doth impair the seeing sense, it pays the hearing double recompense. Oh, thou art not by mine eye, Lysander, found mine ear, I thank it hath brought me to thy sound, but why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay, whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love, that would not let him bide. Fair Helena, more in gilds the night than all yon fiery O's and eyes of light. Why seekest thou me? Could not this make thee know the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so?
You say not as you think, it cannot be.
Oh, she is one of this confederacy. Now, I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, Have you conspired? Have you, with these contrived, to bait me with this false derision? Is all the counsel that we two have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours that we have spent when we had chid the hasty-footed time for parting us, so is it all forgot? All school days, friendship, childhood, innocence, we, Hermia, like two artificial gods, had created with our needle both one flower, both on one sampler, sitting on one cushion, both warbling of one song, both in one key, as if our hands, sides, voices, and minds had been incorporate. So we grow, so like to a double cherry, seeming parted but an union in partition, two lovely berries molded on one stem. So with two seeming bodies but one heart, two of the first like coats in a heraldry, due to one, crowned with one crest, and you will join with men in scorning your poor friend. 'Tis not friendly, 'tis not maidenly. Our sex, as well as I, may chide you for it, though I alone do feel the injury.
I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Have you not sent Lysandra, as in scorn, to follow me and praise my eyes and face, and made your other love, Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot to call me goddess, nymph, divine and rare, precious, celestial? Wherefore speaks he this? To her he hates. And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love so rich within his soul, and tender me, forsooth, affection, but by your setting on, by your consent? What though I be not so in grace as you, so hung up upon with love, so fortunate but miserable most, to love unloved? This you should pity, rather than despise.
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do persevere, counterfeit sad looks, make mouths upon me when I turn my back, wink each at other, hold the sweet jest up. This sport, well carried, shall be chronicled. If you have any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But fare ye well, 'tis partly my own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena. Hear my excuse, my love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent! Sweet scorn, hear not so!
If she cannot entreat, then I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she entreat. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Helen, I love thee by my life. I do. I swear by that which I will lose for thee, to prove him false, that says that I love thee not.
I say I love thee more than he can do.
If thou say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Quick, come.
Lysander! We're 210s all this!
Away, you Ethiop!
No. He'll seem to break loose, take on as you would follow, but yet come not. You are a tame man.
Go! Hang off, thou cat, thou vile thing! Let loose, or I will shake thee from me like a serpent!
Why have you grown so rude? What changes this sweet love?
Thy love, out! Tarny tartar, out! Outload medicine, oh hated potion, hence!
Do you not jest? Yes, sooth, and so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
I would I had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I'll not trust your word.
Why? Should I hurt her, strike her, kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
What? Can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me, wherefore? Oh me, what news is this sweet love? Am not I Hermia? Or not you Lysander? I am as fair as I was erewhile. Since night you loved me, yet since night you left me. Why then you left me? Will the gods forbid in earnest, shall I say?
I, by my life, and never did desire to see thee more. Therefore, be out of hope, of question, of doubt. Be certain nothing truer. 'Tis no jest that I do hate thee and love Helena.
Oh me. You juggler. You canker blossom, you thief of love. What, have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Fine, in faith have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness. What, will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie, you counterfeit, you puppet, you.
Puppet? Why, so that way goes the game now. I perceive that she hath made compare between our statures. She hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height, forsooth, she hath prevailed with him. Oh, are you so grown in his esteem because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I, thou painted maypole? Speak, how low am I? Oh, I am not yet so low that my nails can reach into thine eye, you!
Those moxie gentlemen, let her not strike me. I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in truishness. I am a right maid for my cowardice. Let her not strike me. You perhaps may think because she is something lower than myself that I can match her.
Lower? Hark again!
Oh, do not be so bitter with me, good Hermia. I evermore did love you. Hermia, did ever keep your counsels, never wronged you. Save that. In love unto Demetrius, I told him of your stealth unto this wood. He followed you for love, I followed him, but he hath chid me hence, and threatened me, too, to strike me, spurn me, nay, kill me, too. And now, you will let me quiet go to Athens. I will bear my folly back and follow you no further. Let me go, and you will see how simple and fond I am.
Why get you gone? Who is it that hinders you?
A foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What, with Lysander?
With Demetrius!
Be not afraid. She shall not harm thee, Helena.
No, sir, she shall not. Though you take her part.
Oh, when she is angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school, and though she be but little, she is fierce.
Little again. Nothing but low and little. Why will you suffer her to flout me thus? Let me come down.
Get you gone, you dwarf, you minimus of hindering not grass maid, you bead, you acorn.
You are too officious! On her behalf, that scorns your services. Let her alone. Speak not of Helena. Take not her part in this. For if thou dost intend, never so little a show of love to her, thou shalt abide it.
Now she holds me not. Now follow, if thou darest, to try who's right, of thine or mine, of most in Helena.
Follow? Nay, I'll go with thee cheek by jowl. Ah!
You mistress, all this coil is long of you, nay, go not back.
I will not trust you, nor longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands, quicker than mine for a fray. My legs, longer though to run away.
I am amazed and know not what to say.
This is thy negligence! Still thou mistakest, or else committest his knaveries willfully!
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Oh, did not you tell me I should know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on? And so far blameless proves my enterprise that I have anointed an Athenian's eyes. And so far I am glad it so did sword as this there jangling. I esteem a sport.
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. High therefore, Robin, overcast tonight. The starry welkin cover thou anon, with drooping fog as black as Acheron. And lead these testy rivals so astray, as one not come with another's way. And like to Lysander sometime frame thy tongue, that stir Demetrius up in bitter wrong, and rail thou sometime like Demetrius. Then crush this herb into Lysander's eyes.
Lysander.
Lysander! Whose liquor hath this virtuous property, to take from thence all error with his might, and make his eyeballs roll in wonted sight. Whiles I in this affair do thee employ, I'll to my queen and beg her Indian boy. I then shall her charmed eye release from monsters' view, and all things shall be peace.
My fairy king, this must be done with haste, for night's swift dragons cut the clouds full fast. And yonder shines Aurora's harbinger, at whose approach ghosts, wandering here and there, troop home to churchyards, damned spirits all, that in crossways and floods have burial. Already to their wormy beds have gone, for fear lest day should look their shames upon. They willfully themselves exile from light, and must for aye consort with black-browed night.
But we are spirits of another sort. For I with the morning's love have oft made sport, and like a nurturer the grove may tread, till the eastern gate, all fiery red. Opening on Neptune with fair blessed beams, turning yellow gold his salt green streams. But, notwithstanding, we may effect this business ere day.
Right. Up and down. I will lead them up and down. I am feared in field and town. Goblin, lead them up and down. Oh, here comes one.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now.
Here, villain, drawn and ready. Where art thou?
I will be with thee straight.
Follow me, then. Oh.
Speak again! Thou runaway, thou coward! Art thou fled? In a bush? Where dost thou hide thy head?
Thou coward! Thou art bragging to the stars, telling the bushes that thou seekest wars. Wilt thou not come? Come, recreant, come, thy child. Oh, I'll whip thee with a rod, for he is defiled that draws a sword on thee.
Yeah? Art thou there?
Follow my voice. We'll try no manhood here.
He goes before me and still dares me on. When I come where he calls, then he is gone. This villain is much lighter heeled than I. I followed fast, but faster he did fly. I'd fallen in and dark, uneven way, and here will rest me. Come, thou gentle day, for if but once thou show me thy gray light, I'll find Demetrius and revenge this spite.
Ho, 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 coward! Why comest thou not?
Abide me, if thou darest, for well I wot. Thou runnest before me, shifting every place, but darest not stand, nor look me in the face. Where art thou now?
Come hither. I am here.
Nay then, thou mockest me. Thou shalt buy this deer. If e'er thy face by daylight see, now go thy way. Faintness constraineth me to measure out my length on this cold bed. By day's approach, look to be visited.
Oh, weary night, a long and tedious night. Abate thy hour. Shine comforts from the east, that I may back to Athens by daylight from these that my poor company detest. Sleep, which sometimes shuts up my sorrow's eye, steal me a while from mine own company.
Yet but three, come one more. Two of both kinds makes up four. Oh, here she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad. What to make poor females mad?
Never so weary, never so in woe, bedabbled with the dew and torn with briars. I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs can keep no pace with my desires. Here will I rest till the break of day. Heaven shield Lysander, if they mean a fray.
Oh. On the ground, sleep sound, I'll apply to your eye, gentle lover remedy. When thou wakest, thou shalt takest delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye. And let the country proverb known, every man shall take his own. In your waking it shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill, naught shall grow ill. The man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well.
Come, sit thee down upon this flowery bed, while I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses in thy sleek smooth head, and kiss thy fair large ears, my gentle joy.
Where is Peace Blossom? Ready? Scratch my head, Peace Blossom. Where is Monsieur Cobweb?
Ready?
Monsieur Cobweb, good Monsieur, get your weapons in hand and kill me a red-hipped humblebee at the top of a thistle. And, good Monsieur, bring me back the honey bag. Do not fret yourself too much in the action, good Monsieur. And, good Monsieur, take care that the honey bag break not, for I would be loath to have you overflown with the honey bag, Signor. Where is Monsieur Mustard Seed?
Ready?
Oh, give me your niece, Monsieur. Pray you, leave your curtsy.
What's your will?
Nothing but to help Cavalry Cobweb to scratch. I must to the barber's, Monsieur, for methinks I am Marvale's hairy about the face, and I am such a tender ass that if my hair do but tickle me, I must scratch.
What, will thou hear some music, my sweet love?
I have a reasonable good ear for music. Let's have the tongs and the bones.
Or say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat.
Truly, a peck of provender. I could munch your good dry oats, but methinks I have a desire to, a bottle of hay. Good hay, sweet hay hath no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy that shall seek the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
I should prefer a handful of 2 dried peas, but pray you, let none of your people stir me, for I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. Fairies, be gone, and be always away. So doth the woodbine the sweet honeysuckle gently entwist, the female ivy sow and rings the barky fingers of the elm. How I love thee, how I dote on thee.
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage I now begin to pity, for seeing her of late behind the woods, seeking favors for this hateful fool. I did upbraid and fall out with her, for she his hairy temples had rounded with a cornet of fresh and fragrant flowers. But when I had at my pleasure taunted her, and she in mild terms had begged my patience, I asked her changeling boy, which she straight gave me, and her fairies to bear him to my bower in fairyland. And now that I have this boy, I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. But first, my gentle Puck, take off this transformed scalp off the head of this Athenian swain. Now all shall to Athens again repair, and think no more of this night's accidents, but as a fierce fixation of a dream. But first, I will wake my fairy queen. Be as thou wast wont to be, see as thou wast wont to see. Dian's bud or Cupid's flower, had such beauty and such blessed power. Now, Titania, wake you, my sweet queen.
My Oberon, what visions have I seen? Methought I was enamored of an ass.
There lies your love.
How came these things to pass? Oh, how mine eyes do loathe his visage now.
Silence a while. Robin, take off his head. Titania, music call and strike more dead than the common sleep of these 5 descents.
Now when thou wakest with thine own fool's eyes peep.
Music ho, music such as charmeth sleep.
Sound, music! Come, my queen, take arms with me and rock the ground whereon these sleepers be. Now thou and I are new in amity, and shall tomorrow midnight solemnly dance in Duke Theseus' house triumphantly, and bless it all to prosperity. And there shall the pairs of lovers be, wedded with Theseus, all in joy.
The fairy king, attend and mark. I do hear the morning lark.
Now my queen in silence sad, trip we after the night's shade. We the globe shall compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night that I sleeping here was found with these mortals on the ground.
Go, one of you, find out the forester, for now our observation is performed. And, since we have the varward of the day, my love shall hear the music of my hounds. Uncouple in the western valley, let them go. Dispatch, I say, and find the forester. We will, my love, up to the mountain top to mark the musical confusion of hounds with echoes in conjunction.
I was with Hercules and Cadmus once, when in a wood of Crete they bade the bear with hounds of Sparta. Never did I hear such gallant chiding, for besides the groves, the skies, the fountains, every region near seems all one mutual cry. I never heard so musical a discord, such sweet thunder.
My hounds are bred of the Spartan kind, so flued, so sanded, and their heads are hung with ears that sweep away the morning dew. Come crook-kneed and do laugh like Thessalian bulls, slow in pursuit, but matched in mouth like bells. Never a cry more tunable was hollered to in Crete, in Sparta, nor in Thessaly. Judge when you hear, but soft! What nymphs are these?
My lord, this my daughter here asleep. This is Lysander. This Demetrius is. This Helena, old Nader's Helena. I wonder if they're being here together.
No doubt they arose early to observe the rite of May, and, hearing our intent, came in grace our solemnity. But speak, Aegeus, is not this the day that Hermia give answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Go bid the huntsmen wake them with their horns. Good morrow, friends. Saint Valentine is past. Begin these wood birds but to couple now.
Pardon, my lord.
I stand up, I pray you all. I know you two are rival enemies. How come this gentle concord into the world, that hatred is so far from jealousy, to sleep by hate and fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall reply amazedly. Half sleep, half waking, but as yet I swear I cannot truly say how I came here. But as I think, for truly would I speak, and now I do bethink me. So it is. I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens where we might, without the peril of the Athenian law.
Enough! Enough, my lord, enough! I bet the law upon his head. They would have stolen away. They would, Demetrius, thereby to have robbed you and I. You of your wife and me of my consent. My consent that she should be your wife.
My lord, fair Helen told me of their stealth, of this their purpose hither to this wood. And I in fury hither followed them, for Helen in fancy following me. But, my good lord, I wot not by what power, but by some power it is, my love to Hermia, melted as the snow seems to me now, as the remembrance of an idol god which in my childhood I did dote upon. But, my lord, the faith and virtue of my heart, object and pleasure of my eye, is only Helena. To her, my lord, was I betrothed ere I saw Hermia, but like in sickness did I loathe this food. But now, as in health, come to my natural taste, do I do wish it, love it, long for it, and will forevermore be true to it.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse we'll hear more anon, but Aegeus, I will overbear your will, for in the temple, by and by with us, these couples shall be eternally knit. And for the morning now is something worn, our purposed hunt shall be set aside. Away with us to Athens, 3 and 3, we'll hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, Hippolyta.
These things seem small and indistinguishable.
Methinks I see with parted eye when everything else seems double.
So methinks, and I have found Demetrius like a jewel, mine own and not mine own.
Are you sure that we are awake? It seems that yet we sleep, we dream. Do not you think the Duke was here and bid us follow him?
Yea, my father.
And Hippolyta.
And he did bid us follow to the temple.
Why then, we are awake. Let us follow him. And let us recount our dreams along the way.
When my cue comes, call me and I will answer. My next is most fair Pyramis. Hi-ho. Peter Quinns, flute the bellows mender, snout the tinker, starveling. God's my life, stolen hence and left me asleep. I have had a most rare vision. I have had a dream. Past the wit of man to say what this dream was. Man is but an ass if he go about to expound what my dream was. Methought I was, there is no man who can say what. Methought I was, and methought I had. But man is but a patched fool if he offer to say what methought I had. Man's eye hath not heard, his ear hath not seen, his hand is not able to taste, his tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I shall have Peter Quinns write a ballad of my dream, and it shall be called Bottom's Dream, for it hath no bottom, and I shall perform it in the latter end of the play. Before the Duke, and peradventure, to make it all the more gracious, I will sing it at her death. Oh, my goodness, we're performing for the Duke. Oh, where is Peter Quinn?
Bottom's house? Is he come home yet?
He cannot be heard of. Without a doubt, he is transported.
Oh,
If he come not, then the play is marred. It goes not forward, doth it?
It is impossible. You have not a man in all Athens able to discharge Pyramus, but he.
No, he has simply the best handwork in all Athens. Yeah, and the best person too. And he was a very paramour for a sweet voice.
You must say paragon. A paramour is, God bless us, a thing of naught.
Oh, Francis.
The house so cock, so black of hue,
with orange started the throstle with his nose so true. Wow. Butter ran with little Will.
Masters, the Duke is coming from the temple.
What?
And there are 2 or 3 more lords and ladies married. If our sport had gone forward, we had all been made best.
Oh, sweet bully Bottom. Thus he hath lost 6 a day during his life. Oh, he could not have escaped 6 a day. And the Duke had not given him 6 a day for playing Pyramus. I'll be hanged. 6 a day in Pyramus, or nothing.
Nothing.
Where are these lads? Where are these hearts? Yes, yes, yes. Masters, I am to discourse wonders, but ask me not what, for if I tell you I am no true Athenian, I will tell you everything just as it fell out.
Let us hear, sweet Bottom.
Not a word out of me. All that I have to say is that the Duke has died. Get your apparel together, good strings to your beard, new ribbons to your pumps, and all meet at the palace presently. For the long and the short is, our play is preferred. No. In any case, Thisbe must have clean linen, and let not he who play the lion pare his nails, for they must hang out as the lion's claws. And most dear actors, eat no onions or garlic, for we are to utter sweet breath, and I do not but doubt that we will also utter sweet comedy. No more words. Away, away. Get a move on. Please,
Who's the Duke?
Please, come on. Move. Oh my
What the Duke?
More strange than true. I may never believe these antique fables, nor these fairy toys. Love is a madman hath such seething brains, such shaping fantasies that apprehends more than cool reason ever comprehends. At the lunatic, the lover, the poet are of imagination all compact. One sees more devils than vast hell can hold. Well, that is, the lover, the madman, are all as frantic, sees Helen's beauty in a brow of Egypt. And the poet's eye, in fine frenzy rolling, doth glance from heaven to earth, from earth to heaven, and as imagination bodies forth the forms of things unknown, the poet's pen turns to shapes, and gives to airy nothingness a local habitation and a name. But such tricks hath strong imagination, but if they would apprehend some joy, it comprehends some bringer of that joy. Or, in the night, imagining some fear, how easy is a bush supposed to bear?
But all the story of the night told over, and all the minds transfigured so together, more witnesseth than fancies images, and roses something of great quality.
Here come the lovers, full of joy and mirth. Joy, joy, gentle friends. Joy and fresh days of love accompany your hearts.
More than to us. Wait, in your royal walks, your board, your bed. Cheers.
But come now, what masks, what dances, how shall we wear away this long age of 3 hours between our after supper and our bedtime? Where is our usual manager of mirth? What revels are at hand? Is there no play to ease the anguish of this torturing hour? Call Philostrates.
Here about Theseus.
What abridgment have we for this evening? What mask, what music? Well, how shall we ease the anguish of this lazy hour?
There's a brief how many sports are ripe. Make choice of which your highness will see first.
The battle with the centaurs, to be sung by an Athenian eunuch to the harp. Will none of that. That have I told my love, in glory of my kinsman Hercules. The riot of the tipsy bacchanals, tearing the Thracian singer in their rage, that is an old device, and was saying, when from Thebes I came last a conqueror. The thrice 3 muses, mourning for the death of learning late deceased in beggary. That is some satire, keen and critical. Not fitting for a nuptial ceremony. A tedious, brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe. Very tragical mirth. Merry and tragical, tedious and brief. That is hot ice and wondrous strange snow. How shall we find the concord of this discord?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play. But by 10 words, my lord, it is too long, which makes it tedious, for in all the play there is not one word act, one player fitted, and tragical, my noble lord, it is. For Pyramus therein doth kill himself, which when I saw rehearsed, I must confess, made mine eyes water, but more merry tears, the passion of loud laughter never shed.
What are they that do play it?
Hard-handed men that work in Athens here, which never labored in their minds till now, and now have toiled their unbreathed memories with this same play against your nuptial.
And we will hear it.
No, my noble lord, it is not for you. I have heard it over, and it is nothing, nothing in the world, unless you can find sport in their intent, extremely stretched and conned with cruel pain, to do you service.
I will hear that play, for never anything may be amiss when simpleness and duty tender it. Come, bring them in, and take your places, ladies.
Come here.
What?
It's one of the interactive shows. We interact with the actors.
Do you know who I am?
I am an artist! An artist!
Oh my goodness. Oh no, it's...
Disrespectful. How dare you?
The wretchedness or charge and duty in his service perishing.
Gentle sweet, you shall see no such thing.
He says they can do nothing in this kind.
The kind are we to give them thanks for nothing. Our sport shall be to take what they mistake. And what poor duty cannot do, noble respect takes it in might, not merit. Where I have been, I have seen great clerks purpose themselves to greet me with premeditated welcomes. Well, they've paid periods in the midst of their sentences, throttled their practiced accents in fear. In conclusion, dumbly have they broken off, not paying me a welcome. Trust me, sweet. Out of this silence, yet I picked a welcome. And in modesty of this terrifying duty, I've read as much from the rattling tongue of saucy and audacious eloquence. Love, therefore, and tongue-tied simplicity in least speak most to my capacity.
So please, your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Wait. Oh.
Let her approach.
If we offend, it is with our goodwill that you should think we come not to offend, but with goodwill. To show our simple skill, that is the true beginning of our end. Consider then, we come but in despite. We do not come but minding to content you. Our true intent is, all for your delight. We are not here that you should here repent you. The actors are at hand, and by their show, you shall know all that you are like to know.
This fellow doth not stand upon her points.
She hath rid her prologue like a rough colt. She knows not to stop. A good moral, my lord, is not enough to speak, but to speak true.
She has played on this prologue like a child on a recorder, a sound but not in government.
Her speech was like a tangled chain, nothing impaired but all disordered. Who is next?
Gentles! Perchance you wonder at this show, but wonder on till truth make all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you would know. This beauteous lady Thisbe is certain. This man with lime and rough cast doth present Wall. That vile wall which did these lovers sunder, and through wall's chink poor souls were content to whisper, at which let no man wonder. This man with lanthorn and bush of thorn presenteth moonshine. For if you will know, by moonshine did these lovers think no scorn to meet at Ninnis' tomb, there to woo. This grisly beast, which lion hight by name, and trusty Thisbe coming first by night, did scare away, or rather did affright. And as she fled, her mantle she did fall, which lion with vile bloody mouth did stain. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain. Whereat, with bloody, blameful blade, he bravely broached his boiling bloody breast. And with Thisbe tarrying in the mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. Go! For all the rest, let lion, wall, moonshine, and lovers twain at large discourse. Whereat here they do remain.
I wonder if the lion be to speak.
No wonder, my lord. One lion may when many asses do.
In this same interlude it doth befall that I, one snout by name, present a wall, and such a wall as I would have you think that had in it a crannied hole or chink, through which the fearful lovers, Pyramus and Thisbe, did whisper often, very secretly. This loam, this rough cast, and this stone doth show that I am that same wall. The truth is so, and this the cranny is, right and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Would you desire hair and lime to speak better?
It is the wittiest partition that I have ever heard discourse, my lord.
Oh, Pyramus draws near the wall. Silence.
Oh, grim-looked knight. Oh, no. Oh, night with hue so black. Oh, night which ever art when day is not. Oh, night, alack, alack, alack. I fear my Thisbe's promises forgot, and thou, O wall, oh sweet and lovely wall, that part your father's ground and mine. A wall, a sweet and lovely wall. Show me thy chink. Huh? So I may blink through with mine eye. Jove, shield me well for this. But what see I? No Thisbe do I see. O wicked wall through whom I see no bliss. Cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
Son of a... The wall, methinks, being courteous, should curse again.
No, in truth, sir, he should not. For deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter, I am to spy her through the wall. You will see, it will all fall pat as I told you. Yonder, she comes.
O walls, full often hast thou heard my moans, for parting my fair Pyramus and me. My cherry lips have often kissed thy stones, these stones of lime and hair knit up in thee.
I see a voice. What? Now will I to the chink to hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe!
My love thou art, my love I think.
Oh, think what thou wilt. I am thy lover's grace. And like Lamander, I am trusty still.
And I, like Helen, till the fates me kill.
Not shameless to Procris was so true.
As shameless to Procris I to you.
Oh, kiss me through the whole of this vile wall.
Ah! I kiss the wall's whole, not your lips at all.
Wilt thou at Ninny's too meet me straight away?
Oh, tide life, tide death, I come without delay.
Thus have I, well, my part discharged so, and being done, thus, well, away doth go.
Now is the mural down between the two neighbors.
No remedy, my lord. When walls are so willful to hear without warning.
This is the silliest stuff that ever I heard.
Oh, the best in this kind are but shadows, and the worst are no worse if imagination amend them.
It must be your imagination then, and not theirs.
If we imagine of them no worse than they of themselves, they may pass as excellent men. But here come in two noble creatures, a man and a lion.
You, ladies, you, whose gentle hearts do fear, the smallest, monstrous mouse that creeps on the floor, may perchance both quake and tremble here when you hear dark lion.
You can calm down? Okay. Shh.
Then know that I, as Snug the Joiner am not a lion, nor else no lion's dam. For if I come as a lion in strife into this place, 'twere a pity on my life.
Very gentle, Vista, of good conscience.
The very best of the beast, my lord, that e'er I saw.
This lion is a very fox for his valor.
But a goose for his discretion.
Not so, my lord. For his valor cannot carry his discretion, and the fox carries a goose.
His discretion, methinks, cannot carry his valor, for the goose carries not the fox. But let him to his discretion. Let us listen to this moon.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present.
He should have worn the horns on his head.
He's no crescent, and his horns are invisible within the circumference.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present. Myself and the moon do seem to be.
This is the greatest heir of all the rest. The man should be put in the lanthorn. How else does the horned moon present?
He dares not come there for the candle, for you see, it is already in snuff.
Of this moon, what he would change.
It appears by his small light of discretion that he is in the wane, but yet in all courtesy, in all reason, we must stay the time.
Proceed, moon.
All that I have to tell you is this lanthorn is the moon, I the man in the moon, this thorn bush, my thorn bush, and this dog, my dog. What am I
Shh. But silence, here comes Thisbe.
This is old Ninny's tomb. Where is my love?
Lion.
And so lion doth vanish.
And then came Pyramus.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee now for shining. Now so bright. For by thy gracious golden glittering gleams do I trust to take my truest Thisbe sight. But stay, a spite. But mark, poor knight, what dreadful dole is here. Eyes, do you see? How can it be? Oh, dainty duck, oh dear, thy mantle good, what? Stained with blood. Approach, ye furious fell. Oh, fates, come, cut, thread, and thrum. Quill, rush, conclude, quill.
This passion and the death of a dear friend would well go near to make a man look sad.
Oh, my heart, I pity the man.
Wherefore nature didst thou lie in frame? For by that wild fowl hath deflowered my dearest Thisbe, which is which was the fairest dame that lived, that loved, that liked, that looked with cheer. Come, tears, confound, outsword, and wound. Oh, the left pap of Pyramus, aye, that left pap where the heart doth hop. Thus die. Thus. Now am I dead. Now am I fled! My soul is in the sky! Tongue, lose thy light! Moon, take thy flight! Why did it have to happen like this? Tell me, why? Oh, the pain! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Help me, please! Help me! Oh my God! Why? Thus die!
undercover and prove an ass.
How chance of moonshine is gone before Thisbe can come back and find her love.
Now she will find him by starlight. Here she comes, and her passion ends the play.
Methinks she should not use a long one for such a pyramid. I hope you will be
Asleep, my love. My love. What? Dead, my dove? Oh, Pyramus, arise. Speak. Speak, white dom. Dead? Dead? A tomb must cover thy sweet eyes. These lily lips, this cherry nose, these yellow cowslip cheeks are gone. Are gone. Lovers make moan. His eyes were as green as leeks. Oh, sisters three, come to me. Come to me. With hands as pale as milk, lay them in gore, since you have shore. With shears his thread of silk, tongue, not a word. Come, trusty sword. Come, blade. To my breast, imbrue. Ah! And farewell, friends. Thus, Thisbe ends. Adieu. Adieu. Adieu.
Moonshine and lion are left to bury the dead.
And wall, too.
No, I assure you, the wall that parted their fathers is no more. Would it please you to hear the epilogue, or to see a Bergamask dance between two of our company? No, take it.
No epilogue, I pray you. For your play needs no epilogue, or never epilogue. For when the players are all dead, there needs be none to blame. Mary, if he that had written had played Pyramus and hanged himself on Thisbe's garters, it would have been a fine tragedy. But as it is truly and very notably discharged, come your Bergamask, let your epilogue alone. Midnight hath told 12. Lovers, to bed, 'tis almost fairy time. I fear we may outsleep the coming morn, as much as we this night have overwatched this palpable crossplay, have well beguiled the heavy gate of night. Sweet friends, to bed, a fortnight hold we in our solemnity of nightly revels and of new jollity.
the hungry lion roars, whilst the wolf beholds the moon, whilst the heavy plowman snores, all with weary task fordone. Now the wasted brands do glow, whilst the screech owl, screeching loud, puts the wretch that lies in woe in remembrance of a shroud. Now it is that time of night, that all graves gaping wide, every man put forth his sprite in that churchway pass to glide. And we fairies do run like triple hectates team from the presence of the sun, following darkness like a dream. Now frolic, not a mouse shall disturb this hallowed house, and I am sent with broom before to sweep the dust behind the door.
Through this house give gathering light, by the dead and drowsy fire. Every elf and fairy sprite hop as light as bird of briar. And this ditty after me, sing and dance it trippingly.
First rehearse your song by rote, to each word a warbling note. Hand in hand with fairy grace will we sing and bless this place. Now until the break of day, through this house each fairy stray, to the best bride bed will we, which by us shall blessed be, and the issue that create ever shall be fortunate, so shall all the couples three ever true and loving be. With this field you consecrate, every fairy take his gate, and each several chamber bless, through this palace with sweet peace, and the owner of it blessed, ever shall in safety rest. Trip away, make no stay. Meet me all by break of
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme no more yielding but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And as I am honest Puck, if we have unearned luck, lest escape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long. Else the Puck a liar call. So good night unto you all. Give me your hands, if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.